This is a state penitentiary. Confined inside these walls are nearly 1,000 men who have been convicted of a wide variety of crimes. With special permission from the warden, we too can go inside the walls, where armed guards keep us under continuous surveillance. Here we will talk with one of the inmates. This man is not an actor. He is a convicted felon, his name and number withheld at the warden's request. Prisoner, is it true that you've specialized in stealing from farmers?
Yes, I have.
What kinds of things have you stolen?
Well, I've taken probably everything that they haven't nailed down. Some things they have, cattle, horses, tractors, implements, even stole some dogs.
Dogs?
Hurry up, we're going to be late.
Aren't dogs supposed to be good protection against a thief?
If it's a good dog, but most of your farmers really don't have any true breed dogs. What they have is a mongrel or something, and you're really not sure of the disposition of the dogs. Generally, when trying to overcome an obstacle of a dog, what you would do is merely try to bribe the dog in one way or another. Friendliness, meat. I've known some to even poison dogs, some mace dogs, some use gas on them. It's not really too effective because, well, of course the dog can be stopped with mace, but it's what he does before he gets stopped. The dog's still going to make a sound. It's going to wake up the farmer. And I don't know why. It seems like farmers ought to sleep more, sound as hard as they're supposed to work. But for some reason or another, they don't.
Is picking a lock a problem?
Naturally, it's trouble to a novice burglar, but to an experienced burglar, it's no problem. He's got an education in picking locks.
What is it you're looking for?
Well, of course, different people have different ideas of what to look for and their different interests. But personally, I was interested in the things that bring me the best financial gain, and that's guns, sterling silver, silverware. Once in a while you find some good old antiques that really are quite expensive. Occasionally you'll find money, but not on too many occasions. But look for things of value. When I speak of value, I don't mean sheets and pillowcases and things of this nature. What I'm speaking of is something that has a set that is worth good money.
Don't you fellas ever worry about getting caught or the consequences if you are caught?
Well, not actually, because most of them, when they go and rob something, they're not really that concerned. They're going after something. They're breaking into a place or entering a place. And if a man's got a lock on his gun case, well, they're going to take it. But once they're in, it doesn't make that much difference. And I'd save on 99% of your farm burglaries. They don't think of the consequences that the crime is going to give them. No padlock is going to stop an experienced thief. It may stop the juvenile or the kids that do the gas stealing in the first place, but it just won't stop the experienced man. Juveniles like to save their money to buy beer or something else, but generally all they have to do is drive up to the farmer's gas tank and take the gas because it's generally left unlocked.
Why is it that you prefer to steal from farmers?
They're more trusting. They just don't lock their doors or lock their things down, and most tractors and things can be stolen without too much trouble. Because implements and machinery of all kinds can be stripped and stolen without too much work. It's just so easy. However, he can prevent a lot of theft by simply keeping them out of the fields, take them into at least to his farmyard, where he's at, in a well-lighted farmyard. But this just isn't done. most people can hotwire a tractor to get it started, or even pull it up with a winch if you can. If you steal the tractor, you need a covered truck with a canvas over the top of the truck and drive it to the truck.
What was the biggest job you ever pulled?
The biggest job I ever pulled was stealing 4 John Deere tractors, in which I had a contract for a make and model, and I received $5,000 apiece for them. The job was for someone else, and I understand that the tractors ended up in Argentina. From a personal standpoint, I wouldn't strip a tractor too often. Why take part of it when you can take it all if you have the equipment to take it? And as a professional thief, I had the equipment. You don't trace tractors like you do a car. It's just not that much interest. Whether I'm stealing it from the barn or whether I'm stealing it from the field, I try to be as quiet as possible and get it on the truck. Stealing tools is an easy way of theft because tools can only be kept in really 1 or 2 places, in a toolbox or on the wall. Most tools can be resold to mechanics and service stations. You can keep them yourselves or you already have buyers for them. The first thing I generally checked for when I was stealing was to see if there was any engraving on the tools. Because if there was, unless I had a personal need for them, I wouldn't steal the tool whatsoever. They're just too hard to get rid of.
Tools can be effectively marked by using a die set. Die sets are available at local hardware stores at a very reasonable price. Here in the San Joaquin Valley, we recommend that farmers use the Operation Identification, which is sponsored by local insurance groups. The insurance group loans an engraving pencil to the user, and such articles as TVs, record players, stereos, and so forth are marked. Then a sticker is issued to the person who has joined Operation Identification. This sticker is placed near the door or on a window where it is readily seen. We're firmly convinced that engraving is a good idea. It's cutting down crime in this area and is helping us in the recovery of stolen property.
Law enforcement officers in other parts of the country are also finding that property identification can be an effective deterrent to crime.
Here in Saginaw County, Michigan, we have a program called Operation Identification. This program has been in effect for the past 2 years. During the year 1972, we've handled 276 break-and enterings. Of the 276, only 2 homes have been broken into that carried the decal Operation Identification. As a law enforcement officer, we are behind this program 100%.
Here in the Gainesville area, we've been using the engraving pencil type of marking system for some time. However, we find it's not effective on heavy equipment such as tractors and mowing machines because it can be too easily sanded off or removed. So we at the Sheriff's Office have instituted what we call Operation Brand, so that numbers are stamped into the heavy equipment and are not easily removed and makes the property easy to identify at a later date. The key to Operation Brand is a posting of this decal so that thieves can see it.
Sheriff Charles Dodge has some suggestions for people living in rural areas.
Lighting your premises at night, and especially when you're gone, turn on your radio. Leave an occupied look around the house. Leave a car on the driveway or a truck. Bring your farm equipment in close to your house and put it in a shed if possible and lock it. Contact your neighbors and have them help you in preventing crime by reporting suspicious persons and actions around your premises. All these things will help in stamping out crime in rural areas.
The convict was asked if, after his release, he might steal from farmers again.
This is rather a touchy question, but to be absolutely honest, if he left himself open for it, yes.
Many of the persons who would steal from farmers are locked away safely behind bars. But many, many more are still free to make you their next victim. What will you do to stop them?